Imagine stepping into a room where the world's most celebrated designers, actors, and influencers are all watching, and suddenly, all eyes land on a 17-year-old. That was Sunday Rose, the daughter of Oscar-winning actress Nicole Kidman, at the 2025 British Fashion Awards. Draped in an elegant, floor-length blue gown, Sunday didn't just walk into the room, she owned it. Her look was a masterclass in understated glamour. The rich sapphire hue complemented her fair complexion, while the flowing fabric moved with effortless grace, catching the light in a way that made her appear almost ethereal. It wasn't just the gown, it was the confidence she carried, a poise that seemed far beyond her years. Sunday's role that evening went beyond being a stunning attendee. She was entrusted with presenting the Designer of the Year award to Jonathan Anderson, a moment that placed her directly at the center of the fashion world spotlight. Imagine standing on a stage filled with some of the biggest names in fashion, knowing that millions of eyes, both in person and online, were watching your every move. And yet, Sunday handled it with a calm assurance that drew admiration from everyone present. Nicole, watching proudly from the audience, later reshared photos of her daughter on Instagram, captioning them simply with exquisite. One word, yet it spoke volumes, a mother's recognition of her child's beauty, elegance, and emerging presence in the world. But it wasn't just her fashion sense that made headlines, it was her demeanor. Observers noted how Sunday's mannerisms suggested maturity and grace, hinting that she may inherit more than just her mother's looks, perhaps also her charisma and screen presence. This wasn't a teenager trying to mimic the adults around her. It was someone who was already beginning to define her own identity, even under the intense glare of public scrutiny. Her hair, parted in the center and tucked neatly behind her ears, framed her youthful face, while her minimal makeup accentuated natural beauty, letting the dress and her presence speak for themselves. Every detail, from her posture to the smallest hand gesture, seemed carefully considered, a combination of innate elegance and perhaps a hint of Nicole's guidance. And yet, despite all the glamour, there was a subtle hum of anticipation in the room, a sense that Sunday's night at the British Fashion Awards was only the opening chapter of something much bigger. Could this be the moment where she truly begins to step out of her mother's shadow and craft her own legacy? Fans, fashion critics, and social media followers were already buzzing. The photos went viral almost instantly, comments flooding in about how graceful, poised, and talented the young teen seemed. But this night wasn't about social media validation. It was a statement. Sunday Rose is here, and she's ready to take her place in the world, not just as Nicole Kidman's daughter, but as her own force to be reckoned with. And as the event concluded, whispers around the room hinted at what could come next. From modeling gigs to public appearances, Sunday's rise seemed inevitable. But what drove her confidence and elegance? That's where the story deepens, tracing back to her first runway debut and the unique upbringing that shaped her, the very details that would reveal how a teenager could command attention in a room filled with legends. But that wasn't the whole story. Before Sunday Rose dazzled at the British Fashion Awards, the teen had already taken her first significant step into the world of high fashion, and it happened on one of the most iconic stages imaginable, the Paris Fashion Week runway. October 2024 marked a milestone in Sunday's young life as she walked for Miu Miu's Spring-Summer 2025 show, instantly placing her among the elite of the fashion world. For a 16-year-old, stepping onto that runway could have been intimidating, even overwhelming, yet Sunday carried herself with a maturity that defied her age. It wasn't just about the dress she wore, it was the way she moved, the subtle nods to the photographers, and the confidence radiating with each step. It was a moment that spoke louder than any introduction. Sunday Rose had arrived. The runway itself was a star-studded affair, attracting heavyweights from film, fashion, and the arts. Names like Willem Dafoe, Cara Delevingne, Alexa Chung, and Hilary Swank were part of the audience and the event, signaling the prestige and high stakes of the occasion. For Sunday, it was an opportunity to prove that she belonged in this world, not merely as the daughter of a famous actress and musician, but as a talent in her own right. Her presence was noted not only by fans and photographers, but by fashion critics who immediately recognized a certain poise and natural grace that could carry her far in the industry. Sunday's outfit for the runway was a careful balance of youthful innocence and couture sophistication. She wore a sleeveless white dress adorned with delicate ribbon-like details along the neckline and an intricate eyelet trim, creating a textured, visually stunning effect. To contrast the elegance of the dress, she paired it with black knee-high socks and black open-toe pumps, a subtle nod to individuality and youthful rebellion. Her long blonde hair, parted in the center and tucked neatly behind her ears, complemented the ensemble, and her minimal makeup allowed her natural beauty to shine through. Each element of her look suggested someone who understood fashion not just as clothing, but as a statement of self-expression, a rare quality in someone her age. The response to her debut was immediate and enthusiastic. Social media erupted with photos and videos of Sunday walking the runway, with fans and fashion insiders praising her elegance, confidence, and individuality. But behind the glamorous images was a young woman learning to navigate the intense pressure of a world where every step is scrutinized. Nicole Kidman later reflected on these early moments, noting how frightening it can be to watch your child enter an industry that thrives on perfection and critique. Yet Sunday appeared undeterred, seemingly embracing both the excitement and challenges that come with stepping stepping into a high-profile spotlight. This first runway was more than just a fashion debut, it was a rite of passage. It demonstrated that Sunday could stand shoulder to shoulder with seasoned models and celebrities, holding her own while still maintaining her unique personality. It also revealed glimpses of the kind of woman she is shaping up to be, confident, stylish, and unafraid to make a statement. But this was only the beginning. The runway taught her more than just posture and poise. It offered lessons in resilience, grace under pressure, and the subtle art of capturing attention, lessons that would serve her well as she continued to navigate the intersection of fame, family legacy, and personal identity. And just as the applause echoed around the room, it was clear that Sunday Rose's journey was only starting, and the world was ready to watch. But the story behind her confidence, the guidance of her family, and the lessons she learned along the way would soon reveal how this teenager was building her own remarkable path. For Sunday Rose, stepping into the spotlight isn't just about fashion or awards, it's also about growing up in a family where Hollywood legacy is part of the daily rhythm. As the daughter of Nicole Kidman and Keith-Urban, Sunday lives in a world where cameras, glitz, and public attention are constants. But behind the glamour is a deeply layered family dynamic that shapes who she is. Nicole, an Oscar-winning actress with decades of experience, and Keith, a superstar musician, share Sunday and her younger sister Faith Margaret. Meanwhile, Nicole also has two older children, Bella and Connor, from her marriage to Tom Cruise. Balancing a household with children spanning different ages and blended family dynamics is no small feat, and Nicole has been candid about both the joys and challenges of raising her kids in the public eye. Being a parent in Hollywood requires constant awareness, especially when your children are teenagers discovering themselves while the world watches. Nicole has expressed admiration for how her daughters are carving their own paths, but she has also been honest about the anxiety that comes with it. Watching Sunday navigate her first runway shows and high-profile appearances is thrilling, yet frightening, Nicole admits. It's a delicate balance, encouraging ambition while also protecting their well-being, helping them understand the complexities of fame without letting it overwhelm them. For Sunday, this environment has instilled early lessons in confidence, poise, and resilience, but it has also required guidance on how to remain grounded despite the constant public gaze. A blended family structure adds another layer to this narrative. Nicole's older children, Bella and Connor, are now adults pursuing their own careers and lives, providing a source of perspective and experience for Sunday. Meanwhile, the younger girls, including Sunday and Faith, are just beginning to navigate adolescence amid extraordinary circumstances. Nicole has often highlighted the importance of treating each child as an individual while fostering a sense of unity and support within the family. In interviews, she emphasizes that while fame can bring privilege and opportunity, it can also present unique challenges that require careful guidance, particularly when the children are still forming their identities. Social media further complicates the landscape. Sunday and her peers are growing up in a world where online scrutiny is relentless. While Nicole started her career long before the era of Instagram, TikTok, and viral commentary, she recognizes that today's teens face pressures she never experienced. Nevertheless, she trusts that her daughters, including Sunday, are developing the tools to navigate this environment with awareness and emotional intelligence. From modeling at Paris Fashion Week to attending high-profile events like the British Fashion Awards, Sunday has already learned how to present herself with authenticity, balancing her individuality with the expectations that come from being part of a famous family. Despite the attention, Nicole has been careful to create an atmosphere of normalcy where her children can grow and explore their passions. Whether it's discussions about the importance of hard work, learning to handle criticism, or simply enjoying family moments away from the public eye, Sunday is learning to navigate fame while staying true to herself. It's a delicate dance between personal growth and public presence, one that requires maturity, patience, and guidance. Growing up in Hollywood, Sunday Rose is already learning lessons that most teenagers encounter only in adulthood. She's surrounded by influence, opportunity, and visibility, but also by love, mentorship, and family support. This balance is shaping her into someone who not only captivates on the runway, but also carries the emotional and mental fortitude to thrive in a world that often scrutinizes youth and beauty. And yet, as Nicole herself acknowledges, even the most prepared teen will face challenges. The next chapter of Sunday's story is filled with anticipation, resilience, and the promise of self-discovery. Even with elegance, talent, and a famous last name, stepping into the limelight is never without pressure. And for Sunday Rose, that reality is already becoming clear. Nicole Kidman, a veteran of Hollywood's highs and lows, has openly discussed the mix of excitement and fear she feels as a parent watching her daughters navigate a world that can be as ruthless as it is glamorous. "It's very frightening for me," Nicole admitted in a recent interview, reflecting on the challenges of seeing Sunday and Faith step into industries that scrutinize every move, every outfit, every gesture. This fear isn't rooted in doubt about their abilities. It's about the world they're entering, a global stage where criticism can come from every direction, instantly and often anonymously. Nicole draws parallels between her own experiences and those of her daughters. She began working at 14, navigating auditions, public attention, and the pressures of an adult world while still a teenager. That early exposure gave her a foundation, but it also left her acutely aware of the emotional toll fame can take. Watching Sunday step into fashion runways and award stages evokes both pride and anxiety. There's the thrill of seeing a child shine, but also the apprehension of knowing how harsh the spotlight can be. Every glance from a critic, every online comment, every social media snapshot can contribute to stress, a reality that modern teens face far more intensely than past generations. The fashion world in particular can be unforgiving. For Sunday, walking the runway at Miu Miu or presenting at the British Fashion Awards is exhilarating, but also a reminder that every detail is under scrutiny. Outfits, hair, makeup, posture, even facial expressions, nothing escapes attention. Nicole understands this intimately. She remembers being dissected in similar ways during her own early career and knows that the stakes feel magnified for teens today, with social media amplifying both praise and criticism in real time. This heightened visibility can be both inspiring and intimidating, teaching young stars resilience while also testing their confidence. Despite the glamour, the fear is not just about external perception, it's also internal. Adolescence is a time of self-discovery and vulnerability, and navigating fame while forming an identity can be emotionally challenging. Nicole acknowledges the constant push-pull that exists between encouraging ambition and protecting children from the pressures of public life. She recognizes the delicate balance, supporting Sunday's dreams while helping her understand that rejection, judgment, and scrutiny are inevitable, even for someone with immense talent and a famous family. And yet the fear doesn't paralyze them, it informs their growth. Nicole's approach emphasizes preparation, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness. She teaches Sunday that while the industry can be demanding and occasionally harsh, it also offers opportunities to shine, build resilience, and learn valuable lessons about confidence and self-expression. It's a nuanced perspective, showing that fear doesn't have to be limiting. It can be a catalyst for growth and maturity. The tension between exhilaration and apprehension is a defining part of Sunday Rose's journey. Every runway, every award presentation, every Instagram post carries both promise and challenge. For Nicole, it's a delicate mix of pride and concern, a reminder that behind every glamorous moment is a teen navigating an extraordinary world. And as the story unfolds, this early exposure to pressure and expectation will shape not just Sunday's career, but the woman she's becoming. But the lessons she learns won't stop there. They are just preparing her for the realities of fame, success, and personal growth that lie ahead. In today's world, stepping into the spotlight is no longer just about facing cameras and live audiences. It's about navigating a digital realm where opinions, judgments, and critiques appear instantly, often anonymously. For Sunday Rose, the daughter of Nicole Kidman and Urban, this is an entirely new challenge. At just 17, she is learning to manage public attention not only on the runway or at award shows, but also across Instagram, TikTok, and countless social media platforms where every outfit, post, or even glance can trigger comments, some supportive, some less kind. Nicole Kidman, having walked a similar path decades ago, though in a pre-social media era, understands how overwhelming this scrutiny can be, and she has been intentional in teaching her daughters how to navigate it. Nicole's advice is simple but profound. Literally walk away from it. She emphasizes that negativity, judgment, and criticism, whether from online trolls, fashion critics, or casual observers, can erode confidence if internalized. For young stars like Sunday, learning to detach from the noise is crucial. Nicole stresses that the key isn't ignoring reality but developing emotional resilience. It's about recognizing that opinions, particularly those shared online, are often fleeting and subjective, and that they should never define one's worth or talent. For a teen navigating fame, this guidance is invaluable, a tool to maintain balance while exploring her own path. Social media's double-edged nature is something Nicole knows well. It can be a powerful platform for self-expression, career building, and connecting with fans, yet it also amplifies criticism, creating an environment where even the slightest misstep can go viral. Nicole observes that younger generations, including Sunday, are growing up with this reality as a constant, giving them a type of armor that she didn't have. Unlike celebrities of the past, today's teens are learning early to filter feedback, identify constructive advice, and separate it from harmful commentary. Nicole notes that this digital literacy, combined with parental guidance, can make a significant difference in how young stars handle fame and public perception. Beyond strategy, Nicole also models behavior. She demonstrates the importance of emotional regulation and self-care, showing her daughters that confidence is maintained not by pleasing everyone, but by knowing oneself and embracing personal authenticity. She encourages Sunday to focus on her craft, whether modeling, acting, or creative projects, rather than chasing validation. By doing so, Sunday learns that public scrutiny, while inevitable, does not need to dictate her choices, style, or personality. This lesson extends beyond fame. Nicole's guidance equips Sunday with life skills, the ability to stand firm in the face of judgment, to pursue passions without being paralyzed by criticism, and to value her own voice above the clamor of external opinions. It's a preparation not just for the spotlight, but for the broader world where scrutiny is part of life, whether online or in person. For Sunday Rose, learning to deal with criticism is a defining part of her teenage journey. Each runway, red carpet, and social social media post is a training ground, teaching her poise, resilience, and the subtle art of maintaining confidence amidst public attention. Nicole's mentorship ensures that her daughter is not only surviving in this environment, but thriving, building a foundation that will carry her through challenges, shaping her into a young woman capable of handling both fame and the pressures of everyday life. As Sunday continues to navigate these waters, one thing becomes clear. While critics may always have their opinions, the lessons in resilience she's learning now will define her confidence and character far more than any fleeting comment ever could. And yet, the journey of balancing public scrutiny with personal growth is far from over. It's only getting more complex as Sunday steps further into the world. One of the most striking aspects of Sunday Rose's rise is how different her experience is from that of previous generations of celebrities. While Nicole Kidman navigated the early stages of her career without the constant presence of social media, Sunday is stepping into fame with an entirely new kind of awareness, a digital armor that helps her handle public scrutiny in ways Nicole never could. In interviews, Nicole has reflected on this generational shift, observing that today's teens, especially those growing up in the public eye, have developed an instinctive resilience. The very, very young now have already gone. We know exactly how to handle this, she explained, recognizing the sophisticated coping skills that Sunday and her peers bring to the table. This armor isn't just about ignoring criticism. It's about understanding the nature of the digital world. Sunday has grown up watching platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube influence public perception in real time. She sees how quickly trends emerge, how online attention can shift from praise to scrutiny in seconds, and how public figures navigate these fluctuations. Unlike previous generations, this awareness is baked into her understanding of fame, providing her with tools to filter out negativity while remaining confident and authentic. It's a rare combination of self-awareness and digital literacy that gives her a strong foundation as she builds her career. Nicole has also emphasized that this digital savvy doesn't replace guidance, it enhances it. By mentoring her daughters, she ensures that Sunday can pair her intuitive knowledge of social media with emotional intelligence and a strong sense of self. For example, when Sunday shares moments from the runway or award ceremonies, she does so with a conscious understanding of how audiences might perceive her, without letting external judgment define her worth. This balance of awareness and authenticity is critical. It allows her to engage with the public on her own terms while shielding her mental and emotional well-being. The advantages of growing up in this era are clear. Teens like Sunday are learning to navigate public spaces with confidence and strategic thinking, developing resilience long before stepping into high-profile events. They understand that online scrutiny is part of the landscape, and they are learning early how to manage it gracefully. Nicole notes that this foresight gives them a kind of maturity and independence that previous generations of young stars often had to develop more painfully. It's a subtle but powerful shift, one that equips Sunday to thrive both on and off the runway. Yet, digital armor is not invincible. Even with awareness and guidance, the pressures of visibility remain intense. Every outfit choice, every social media post, and every public appearance carries the weight of public judgment. For Sunday, this means learning to stay grounded, to celebrate achievements without seeking validation, and to navigate criticism without letting it erode her confidence. It's a skill set that combines digital intelligence, emotional resilience, and personal authenticity, an extraordinary toolkit for a 17-year-old navigating a high-stakes industry. In essence, Sunday Rose represents a new generation of teenage stars, one that blends inherited talent with contemporary savvy. Her digital armor doesn't shield her from every challenge, but it gives her a head start in a world where visibility can be overwhelming. Nicole's mentorship, combined with Sunday's innate grace and awareness, ensures that she can face the pressures of fame with composure, confidence, and authenticity. And as she continues to step into new stages and public platforms, it becomes clear this armor is just the beginning of how she's shaping her own path, forging a unique identity while gracefully navigating the modern landscape of celebrity. As Sunday Rose continues to make waves on the runway and in high-profile events, the question on everyone's mind is clear. What does the future hold for this rising teen star? At 17, she has already carved out a presence that blends elegance, confidence, and individuality, qualities that suggest a path filled with opportunity and potential. But beyond her immediate accomplishments, Sunday's trajectory seems poised to expand in ways that could establish her as more than just Nicole Kidman's daughter. One possibility is a continued rise in the fashion world. Having already made a stunning runway debut at Miu Miu Paris Fashion Week and delivered a standout presentation at the British Fashion Awards, Sunday has proven she can handle the demands of high fashion with poise. Designers and casting directors are likely to see her not only as a fresh face, but as someone capable of delivering the professionalism, presence, and maturity that elite fashion requires. Rumors and speculation already swirl among fashion circles about potential collaborations with top brands, appearances at other major fashion weeks, and perhaps even editorial features in leading magazines. Each step adds to her growing portfolio, demonstrating a blend of artistry, individuality, and sophistication rarely seen in someone her age. Beyond modeling, the door is open to other creative endeavors. endeavors. With a mother who has dominated Hollywood and an environment steeped in music, art, and culture, Sunday could easily branch into acting or performance. Nicole Kidman has often spoken about the importance of nurturing curiosity and creativity in her daughters, providing guidance without imposing limits. For Sunday, this freedom could allow her to explore multiple avenues, from fashion campaigns and magazine covers to acting roles, and even music or philanthropic ventures. Each new experience has the potential to shape her personal brand, demonstrating versatility and ambition. Social media influence also plays a role in Sunday's future. Unlike earlier generations, she can cultivate a public image that balances personal authenticity with engagement in the digital sphere. This online presence could amplify her opportunities, connecting her with fans, industry insiders, and creative collaborators worldwide. Nicole has highlighted how younger generations have an innate understanding of social media dynamics, giving Sunday a strategic advantage. By curating her public persona thoughtfully, she can maintain control over her narrative while navigating the inevitable scrutiny that comes with visibility. Of course, with opportunity comes pressure. Critics, fans, and the media will continue to scrutinize each choice, outfit, and public appearance. But Sunday's upbringing, guided by Nicole's wisdom and experience, equips her with resilience, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness. She has already learned to balance public attention with personal growth, a skill that will serve her as she steps into increasingly high-profile roles. Ultimately, the future of Sunday Rose is a tapestry of possibility. She stands at a crossroads where fashion, fame, and personal development intersect, and each decision will shape not only her career but her identity. Fans and industry watchers are captivated not just by her talent, but by the confidence and poise she carries at such a young age. One thing is clear: Sunday Rose is ready to forge her own path, stepping out from her mother's shadow while building a legacy that is distinctly her own. And as the world watches, it's impossible not to feel a sense of anticipation, a quiet certainty that this teenager's journey is only beginning, with many dazzling chapters yet to come. As we reflect on Sunday Rose's journey so far, one thing becomes crystal clear. She's not just following in her mother's footsteps, she is carving out her own remarkable path. From her first runway at Miu Miu Paris Fashion Week to the dazzling moment presenting Designer of the Year at the British Fashion Awards, Sunday has shown that elegance, confidence, and individuality are second nature. Yet what makes her story truly compelling isn't just the glitz of red carpets or the applause of audiences. It's the nuanced way she navigates the world of fame while remaining grounded, authentic, and resilient. Sunday's story is deeply intertwined with her family. Nicole Kidman's guidance, combined with the supportive environment cultivated by both her parents, has given Sunday a foundation to thrive in a challenging industry. Nicole's wisdom, sharing lessons about resilience, handling scrutiny, and maintaining authenticity, equips Sunday to face public life with poise and self-assurance. Her blended family dynamics, from older siblings Bella and Connor to younger sister Faith, also play a pivotal role, providing perspective, grounding, and love. Sunday is learning the delicate art of balancing public presence with private growth, understanding that her career, though promising, is only one part of who she is becoming. There's a broader lesson in Sunday's journey for anyone watching. Growing up in a digital age means that scrutiny is immediate, opinions are loud, and privacy is fleeting. But it also means that the tools to navigate these pressures are more accessible than ever. Sunday embodies this modern approach. She has awareness, emotional intelligence, and digital savvy, a combination that allows her to engage with her world on her own terms. Social media, rather than being a threat, becomes a platform where she can express herself, connect with admirers, and showcase her creativity, all while learning to shield herself from negativity. Looking ahead, Sunday Rose's potential seems boundless. Fashion, acting, creative projects, the possibilities are endless. Yet what will define her is not just the accolades she collects, but the way she approaches them, with thoughtfulness, individuality, and courage. In a world where many young stars falter under pressure, Sunday demonstrates that preparation, mentorship, and self-belief are critical. Her journey reflects the delicate balance between opportunity and challenge, visibility and personal growth, public acclaim and private reflection. Ultimately, Sunday Rose's story is a testament to legacy, talent, and character. She is learning, growing, and evolving in front of the world, yet doing so with a sense of grace and purpose that is uniquely her own. Nicole Kidman's pride, her guidance, and the love of her family have shaped a young woman who is ready to face challenges head-on, navigate the spotlight with sophistication, and define success on her own terms. And as Sunday continues to step into the world, one truth remains unmistakable. She is no longer just the daughter of a famous mother. She is a rising star in her own right, a teen forging her own identity, and a young woman who may very well leave her own unforgettable mark on the worlds of fashion, culture, and beyond. Sunday Rose is stepping into her future, luminous, poised, and truly exquisite. And for anyone watching, the journey has only just begun.